This morning, we have our first look at the terrorists responsible for the 2021 Abbey Gate bombing that took the lives of 13 U.S. service members in Kabul. President Trump announcing the arrest in his speech on Tuesday.
3.5 years ago, ISIS terrorists killed 13 American service members and countless others in the Abbey Gate bombing during the disastrous and incompetent withdrawal from Afghanistan. Tonight, I am pleased to announce that we have just apprehended the top terrorist responsible for that atrocity, and he is right now on his way here to face the swift sword of American justice.
This is a Marine who was catastrophically injured at Kabul airport that day. Retired Sergeant Tyler Vargas Andrew joins us now. Sergeant, thanks so much for joining us this morning.
Yeah, thank you very much for having us, Lawrence. I really appreciate it.
So, Sergeant, when we heard the news that this guy was captured, I thought about what you told Congress almost a year ago. Let's play it.
We had eyes on these two individuals that fit the exact description that we were given from our intel assets. And we had pictures, we had them clear as day to be able to see through our scope. Both myself and my team leader asked for engagement authority, and he responded with he did not have that authority. So we asked who did. He told us he did not know.
What is running through your mind this morning as we finally got the mastermind behind this attack?
Truthfully, I guess what I start with is saying that I hope there's sufficient intelligence put forth publicly to the American people and to these families and those affected over the entirety of 20 years of war that's got us to this point, to show and prove that this is who our government says he is. Just as much and proud as I truly hope that we can be, that this is one more step towards accountability. I do genuinely hope that this administration continues to be transparent with us and these families, more specifically, that this is, like I said, who he is. I was reached out to the afternoon of before President Trump gave his address, and I was let known that this occurred. To say, I can't say that I was necessarily shocked. More expected. I was at Arlington recently. Last time I was at Arlington with President Trump and Vice President Vance, and I spoke to them directly, and they both promised me and these families, as they have previously to our faces, saying that there would be accountability in our nation's government and elsewhere for what has happened.
Let's talk about accountability. Why do you trust the Trump administration to deliver the accountability that the Biden administration wasn't able to?
What I would say from my perspective is that, let alone the former president never once speaking the names of the 13 Americans killed in action, allowed publicly, the 11 Marines, 1 soldier, and 1 sailor. When I spoke directly with President Trump and President Vance, I spoke and said that, saying that there needed to be accountability and that was owed, strong leadership was owed to the American people as a whole. And, they shook my hands and said that there would be. And, President Trump himself, I mentioned, he's like, you were wounded at Abbey Gate, and I was like, yes, sir, Mr. President, my friend and mentor, Hoover, was killed next to me. And he said, yes, I know Darren Taylor Hoover and I know his family very well. And I mean, just for the President of the United States to speak his name, Hoover was killed next to me. And, just to have the president know who he is and to truly understand and be coherent enough to say and work with these families and be friends for them. And I think every day almost since that day, these family members in the Abbey Gate Coalition, the Trump administration has been there for them when the previous administration was not. And I know people got in a big fuss.
Yeah, brother, he's a man of his word, and I just hope that justice continues, because there's a lot of folks out there still that mean us harm that were a part of that attack. Sergeant, thanks so much for joining the program this morning. Continued prayers for you as all the rest of the servicemen.
Absolutely, and truly what I would like to finish with is that I think most importantly is that we continue to hold our own government officials and DoD officials alike. I think that is the most important thing. As much as these these terrorists are held just and swift accountability for them. It should be equal, at the very least, for our DOD and State Department officials who are at fault to getting us to where we have been today.
So true, brother. We appreciate it.
Thank
We
you
all
very
want
much.
that justice. Let's check in with our senior media.